Welcome back to M Hood Fishing. You know what? I brought this ring light down to the spot. How about we just not use it? The light is coming. Other things are coming too, or likely to come. Yeah, you're right. So big chance of rain this morning. Just like last time, but maybe worse, maybe sooner. Probably have just maybe 2 hours. This is dawn. So yeah, you're right. It's supposed to come around 8. So we maybe 2 hours, maybe a little better than that. And then throughout the day, good chance of rain. 90-something% right now for the day. So yeah, you're right. That's why I came to this spot back at the tree. See if we can get a freshwater cat, but definitely bull shark is on the list. We're probably gonna pull out gaff top. We'll see what sizes they are. Look how close this ship is. We're in an anchorage, obviously, and that's really close. You can see how far out the water he is in the back here. See right there. In my way, like I could touch that with lead. Huh. Straight above me, fairly clear sky, but all around me, that is not the case. Lots of lightning. You saw some of it on my way here. We're going to pull out a bait real quick. Panfish. Yeah, you're right. So the deal with this is it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Maybe having the ship so close to us is not a good thing, but the rain is definitely not the worst thing. It may hamper my activities this morning. It may cause me to leave earlier than I want, but it is appreciative. I mean, it's definitely appreciated for sure. My garden, my yard needed the rain. Ray needed the rain for the same reasons. But because we've had some rain yesterday and we've got more on the way today, it has prompted bug hatches. So it is a lot buggier and a lot muggier this morning. I mean, I was just getting bugs plastered all over my face riding on the levee here. Well, let's get this cut, get a bait out, get something caught. Hopefully it's not us in the rain. When I have rain chances like this in the morning that are going to come really fast, I don't want to go really far. This spot is not that far from the house. The spot that I would really prefer to go to is much further. So here we got a 7/0 weird looking kale. It's kind of a hybrid. There we go. Scales off the point and off the shank. Every rig this morning is a steel leader. Both of them are 4 ounces of lead on sinker slides, but different hooks. We got a 6/0 octopus style. I mean, well, it is an octopus hook. I'm so used to saying octopus style circle hooks, but we're not using those today. We'll just put a simple body piece on there. The sun is coming fast. I'm not going to be able to go up this way and do a decent cast because I'm just going to hit the ship. It looks like both our casts are going to be from up here where the rods will be. Reason why I like to take at least one rod a little bit up the bank, up that way, is so it stops drifting way before it gets close to this one. But when I do a cast straight from here, even though it's a 4-ounce lead, even though the river's really low, therefore the current's not super high, the current is still strong enough to take this 4-ounce lead that way. And doing a cast from this position, probably gonna put us pretty far to the right, but still keep us in deep water, put us up against the drop off. And that's gonna be a good spot. It just gets iffy. You see this stuff right here in the water, the trees, the deadfall and the overhangs. Yeah, obstacles. Let's get this out there. Everything's slippery, so I'm worried about going off balance once I do this cast and falling off high here. Will not be a pretty picture, but you'll be following with me. So hold on, everybody. Here we go. Already on bottom. Not as deep as I would like it to be, but yeah. Probably about 30 feet, 30, 40 feet, something like that we might be in. Hopefully, right? That might be generous saying 40. But it's an anchorage, so They keep it dredged. It's not like they're dredging it every Tuesday. Let's see if I can do a better cast of this body piece. Let's see if we hit a ship. Almost, we got really close to it. Let's shy of about maybe 10, 15 feet. Oh, hold on. Are you there? It was a pretty good bite. I think I can't tell you if we have anything. If we do, it's small. Closer to the ship that time. Headpiece is getting some love right now. Look at that. Let's just let it build up to something more significant. Oh, body piece just got a little hit. This looks like a gaff top is messing with this headpiece. Oh. Right here in front of us, the river still has a decent enough salinity count to where it's gonna have a lot of different species than it normally would still. Brackish species are, oh, we're up against the drop off a little bit. I'm gonna have to get up on top of this slippery log here. It gives me a little more of a leverage to work this fish up it. Always playing to the right. Come over this way. I'm not sure what we have. I didn't feel, I think it's a gaff top, but I didn't feel the machine gun, you know, the real fast repetitive head shakes they do. But he is in fact a gaff top sail cat. Not too big, not small. They are pretty decent to eat. A lot of people just don't like the slime. They come out best if you bleed them. I'm gonna let this one go though. You can go like that too. Starting to get a bite on the body piece again. I haven't got a bait ready for the other rod. I'm going to put out another head piece. Let's see what happens here before I do that. Whenever we start to get several days full of rain chances like we're getting right now, at this time of year, which is the end of August, the beginning of September. This is actually Labor Day weekend. So whenever this happens, it's gonna start to look like spring again. You know, because we just went through almost a month of no rain or very little rain, lots of heat, and things got beat down by the heat, dying back because it was too hot and they weren't getting enough rain, right? So now with this fresh bout of rain coming in and a good amount, it's going to rejuvenate everything, and you'll start seeing lots of things blooming all of a sudden, lots of bugs hatching, lots of new growth. Here in September, great time of year to start your fall garden down here, because there's a lot of things that you're only going to be able to grow in fall, whereas most people might grow them in spring, like cabbage and other things like that, turnips. Oh, so you're just going to mess with me and not actually turn out to be anything. Oh, okay, that's fine. Wait a minute, maybe I spoke too soon. Let's at least take care of this slack line. Maybe we should just keep the camera rolling and do what I gotta do, or maybe just stand here, because it seems to be progressing into something. One of the cool things that I have an interest in, and it's been peaking lately. I've been getting more of an interest in it. Whenever we get just tons of rain and we're moist all the time, we get mushrooms and all kinds of fungi popping up everywhere, especially along the banks of the river and in the woods here along the river in the Batois, because we got so much wood everywhere, driftwood. And when it stays wet, stuff will grow on it. This is like the first year I've seen fairy rings popping up in people's yards, which is kind of cool. But there's always a lot of weirder ones in the woods here, growing on wood and other things. You never know what you're gonna find, and most of it I can't identify. I wish someone was here hanging out that could. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is just one of them annoying little gaff tops that we could just jack back on and pick up. Or maybe we just take it away from them. I don't know. We might have a little something here. We do. We got them. We got a little something. Yeah, I'm actually here to see if we can get something big, and that would... It's likely going to be a bull shark. Might not be a big one, but it'll be a good fight. Maybe an alligator gar. I've got a rope here to help land them. Maybe we'll end up with a freshwater catfish. We definitely feel like we have a good fight going on here, but it's just because he stopped at the wall, stopped at the drop off. Drop off isn't too far from us, and we've got him right here. What do we have? What? You look like a small fish, but yet... Oh, you know what? This fish, I think, is wrapped around someone else's line. Because I see this little gaff top, and I see something like a line that I'm stuck on. I'm dragging something else in behind this catfish. Oh, somebody left their crap out here. If it is fishing line, that's why it's there. Someone came here and instead of snapping, cut the line. I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but it happened somehow. We know that people do that. Instead of snapping the line, they cut it, and they leave a lot of line out there in the water. And all kinds of nature gets wrapped up in it. And then people like M. Hood get wrapped up in it and bitch to high heaven about it. I got 80-pound braid, so I should be able to muscle this without having to wrap something around my line. I should be able to pull it in without cutting my fingers off. We're coming. What is it? It looks like someone else's fishing line. It's not mine. I don't do this dumb stuff. Look at this. Look at my fishes all the way up in the air, real close, and somebody's line is all the way down there on the bottom, real far away, but close. It's like a title of a movie I watched in the 90s. Well, I hopped over onto the other side of the tree because, you know, we're right here. Look, this is heavy braid that I snagged. Sometimes people show up here with really short rods and they catch the drop off because they don't have the leverage that you would if you brought it like a 10-foot or an 8-foot rod, because you can successfully fish this spot with an 8-foot rod. It's harder though. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the fish off. There you go. So this is snagged in two places. It's snagged in the rocks right here in front of me and way out there somewhere. Let's see. I see a leader right here. I'm gonna have to walk in. I don't like stepping in right here. It's slippery. It's not dangerous, it's just slippery. There we go. It's a J hook. We're just gonna go ahead and do this. It's a good thing when you come across a bunch of line somewhere on the ground at a fishing spot to wrap it up into a ball and put it in the garbage, or maybe you're at a place that has one of those fishing line recycling bins. I don't know how those work or if they actually work, but I see them on fishing piers in Florida. It's just horrible to leave line out in the water like this. Some people complain that they have no choice because their braid is so strong they can't break it because the reel is not, you know, strong enough, or they can't wrap it around their hands because they'll lose their hands. When I'm in this situation where I need to bust out of a snag by snapping a line and I got 80-pound braid or stronger, I wrap this braid around a stick or something around me and then bust it. See, like this, we still pulling the line out. So we got this wrapped around this pretty thick short piece of stick, and I'm just gonna walk back. It's like a whole reel went out there, like someone got, they may have got spooled, but oh, okay, we just stopped. Definitely may have got spooled, but the hook and everything was up here, unless I dragged it up here with that cat and it got stuck in the process right there in front of me. So if the reel and rod and reel got pulled off the bank by a fish, I'm probably not going to be able to get that in because it's just stuck and we're dragging the line out of the reel, or the rod and reel got spooled and we're just bringing in the line. Okay, it was stuck for a second, but now it's not. Still doing it. Look at that. It's starting to look like too much line to be that someone got in a snag and cut it. Too much line, then they got spooled, or just the right amount of line that they got spooled. I'm starting to think that, did someone get their rod jacked up off the bank? They weren't paying attention or whatever. Maybe they were over here taking a leak. They looked back because they heard a noise and they didn't see a rod, but they saw a splash. Could be. I walked all the way up almost to the end of this trail. Here's what I'm talking about. Look at that. That's pretty cool looking. All kinds of stuff ends up growing on these big pieces of driftwood and the small pieces. The more rain we get this week and next week, more is going to grow. So I got up almost to the middle of the trail, almost out of here, right? And I felt the tension release. So I think we got to the end. All right, so let's look at the end here, because here it is. It got stuck on this log as I was bringing it in. Here we go. Yeah, you see that at the very end? That is a uni knot. So yes, someone lost their rod and reel here, because a lot of people, what they do is they start putting a bit of mono on the reel and then double uni the mono to the braid, and that way you don't get slippage, right? They do make reels to where you don't have to do that, but a lot of reels, if you're gonna put braid on them, this is what you got to do. You got to start out with a few feet of mono, like 20 pound. So the mono broke, and that's evidence, that uni right there, that single uni. The other uni would be on the mono. It would be a uni of mono and a uni of braid. So that means, yes, someone lost their rod and reel here, and it's out there still. So I don't fault you for cutting your line, because obviously you didn't. Something happened. What happened here? The other possibility besides a rod getting jacked up off the bank is they got spooled. So again, what happened here? Yes, indeed, what happened here? I'll tell you what's about to happen here. It's about to rain. I'm under 60% and about to be under 70%. So yeah, getting that line out of the water took the lion's share of my window of opportunity, and I got other things to do before I get in the house. So thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being a member of the channel, and I will see you next time.